if somebody came at you sideways, whether you were right or in the wrong, I'd be there for you, defending your honor.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know
No
his line.
matter
Really?
no matter how big the guy is, no matter if his name's Tyrone,
Yeah.
I'll be there for you.
Why would his name be Tyrone?
It's just a random name that I
I
pulled
mean,
out
is
of a
Tyrone
hat.
gonna have beef?
Yes, like if in case you and Tyrone had beef, maybe you stepped on his new J's for some reason. I don't know why you would do
His
that.
J's?
Yeah,
What are J's?
shoes.
Jordans.
Shoes?
Fucking Jordans.
Why is
You don't got Jordans over
Jordans?
there in Australia? What y'all be wearing?
We've got Jordans. We've got Jordans. We just I guess I'm not a shoe person.
What are they called?
Jordans.
You think the J stands for?
Bro, we don't call them that though. You don't.
Okay, that's
You're not being a
valid.
real one right now. I'm saying. You're not. You ain't.
That's valid. That's valid.
Oh,
My bad. My bad. But I'm not gonna let Tyrone
this
disrespect you.
guy.
That's right. I'm gonna
This
crease
guy.
your J's. No, you won't. Yeah? No, I'm gonna crease your J's, Spider-Man.
They're all white too.
Oh, so that got marks on them when I stepped on them.
Yeah, they definitely have marks on them when they got stepped on. There's no shot.
I'm
You
like
stepped on
not a
them
shoe
on like
person. You can't.
you stepped on
You
them on
can't do
like
this to me,
full
bro.
force. Like you were just like not watching where you were going at all.
Why?
Roll me a persuasive check to get out of this situation.
Where's
I
my
got a
bow?
nat 20 because I'm persuasive as fuck.
The fuck you did. Let me see that dice.
No, you just have to trust.
Children 18.
No, the fuck you did. Shut up.
Yeah, look at my stream.
Oh my.
Children 18.
I hate you so much. You're not even. Alright. So you rolled an 18. You spit clean his shoes in the matter of a split second. Nobody notices, and then you both walk away.
That's crazy.
Why are niggas spit cleaning their shoes? What the fuck? Who
'Cause I
does that
stepped on
these
'em.
days?
Push
Oh,
she creased the J's.
You wait,
Yeah.
hold on. They crease the J's?
Shit. Both creased the
Apparently.
J's.
Then their life is forfeit. That's how that works.
No. Fucking Hugbug rolled a. What did you roll? 18? He rolled
She
an
rolled
18.
an 18.
Ah, okay. The persuasion will get people alive. That's pretty nice. I like that.
All right, how's this gonna work?
Oh
I don't
my
know.
god.
So, unless Hollow really wants to talk about FoozyTube again, I think we're probably going to skip that topic, by the way. Hello?
Yeah, we decided to skip out on Fuzi unless you wanted to talk about it.
No, I do not care.
Okay, I'm pretty sure
We
about
do
it up
not
last time,
care.
so I want to be sure.
Shit, bro. How I'm gonna do this?
Are you gonna be streaming this, Panda?
I stream it.
Unfortunately.
I'm gonna stream it this time. I'm gonna see if this is better or if it's worse. If it's worse, then I'm just gonna record it from now on, just upload it on YouTube.
Hold on. Give me a moment. I need to grab my son. I need comfort during this. Come here, Yasha. Come here, baby boy.
Oh, why are you a Papa Hill?
Give me
Right
paw.
here.
So I can put an announcement up for your channel if you're.
Give me paw, Yash. Give me paw.
Consider
Good
you a what?
boy.
I can put an announcement up for your thing.
Yeah, if you want, go ahead.
He's one of those bad content creators. What are you doing?
And you a big bitch, bro. I will never get over how big you are. It's so scaling you, bro.
Me?
Crazy. Yes.
How big is my model? It's not that big.
Hey, bro.
Just like just as big as I show speed.
Let me see.
All
We
right,
know
bro.
when you
Calm
get
down.
Let me know when you go live. By the way.
All right, well, I'm gonna go live in 2 minutes.
Hold on. I'm holding my son. I'm trying to get him in the right position. Yasha, I swear if you kick anything, I'm going to be pissed. Yasha. It's okay. It's okay.
Why is the podcast called NTR?
Don't
Don't
ask.
ask questions.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
asking.
listen, I can't tell you why legally why it's called that. I can tell you I am the only
Okay.
one who has participated in it on the winning team.
Oh, on the
On the winning team.
No one wants to
winning
be
team.
cucked for the most part. I'm holding my son right now, and Yash does not want to sit still.
Can I borrow your son?
Yeah.
Can you borrow my son? No.
If your son has a son, can I have that son?
Yes.
Or
you do.
price. You got whoa.
Oh.
Yeah,
The
so
grandbaby. Listen,
Whoa.
well, I mean, yes, but I mean, like, everybody wants Yasha's puppies. He's a handsome
agreed.
boy. He's
Agreed.
just like me, except the piercing blue eyes. That's a bit much. I don't got those. I got these beautiful baby browns. The piercing blue eyes are a bit much, don't you think, Yash?
Do you like my reactive PNG?
I do.
It's a
I
pop.
do like your
Hold on, I
I'm
gotta see
wiggling.
it.
I
Hold on,
can't
Yashi,
I
sit
can't
down.
wait for mine. I'm so excited.
I'm wiggling the hell out, bro.
Just get a model.
There you go.
Do what I do.
Hey, Panda, you're an artist. You just make your own model, bro.
I mean, it is, but you have to like know how to make the gift shit. It's just easier to get someone else to like, and it's also like supporting someone else. But it's like, yes, we can like make shit, but
Listen,
it's so
listen.
hard because
I
that
don't
like.
want this fucker to have an excuse not to do more art studies. Don't give him a fucking out.
Okay, real. Okay, maybe real.
What the fuck, bro? You folded so hard. You folded so hard,
Well,
bro.
I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about myself. I'm talking
The
about
only thing that
myself.
folds harder than
I
that
think
is
Scott,
this loaded
is there
Oh
a
my
podcast
God.
gym
better?
art study. You'd fucking improve with a nigga for once.
Is
Practice,
there
my
one?
G.
Oh, there's
That's
one.
all it is.
I didn't realize I was just gonna go to just
I can't
chatting.
hear you from all the thigh meat you got going on.
That's unfortunate. I'll speak louder. I'll speak into the audience. Everyone can hear
I'm
you.
on the knee.
Okay.
On mine?
Yeah. There's only so much
The
space.
epic should
I'm
be
working on
over.
a
I think we
table.
got a
Tables are not easy.
dinner. This was a
You comfortable,
podcast
man?
kicker.
Why do you mean tables aren't easy? Wait, yo, that's not my desk I drew. No, that's something you found online.
Yeah, I did this one, but like I fucked
What's wrong
up
with it?
because like it's your
You
face is
fucked
covered
up.
by tint.
I should probably get a better
That's
Yeah.
wild.
thing for mine.
I'll,
Unless you wanna
I'll draw up
send me
another
the
table.
unless you wanna just send me
Okay,
yours.
alright. You should just stream you drawing it up, bro. It's content.
Yeah, I'll probably do that after the podcast. Alright.
Alright. Are we ready, kids? I can't
Hold
hear
on.
you.
Hold on. Yo, how do I
No.
say your name, homie? The new one, the one who's clearly not
Bar.
from America.
Bar.
Say it.
Bo.
Bo.
Your name's Holler, yeah?
Yeah, I'm all over. You said
Alright.
Bo or
I said Bo.
Bo?
Yep.
Dope. Got you.
I
I just want to make sure I call people what they want to be called.
You never call me what I want to be called.
Alright, God.
Yeah, but like you have to. I treat people like people. You'd have to be people, mate.
I just want to be slut shamed.
It's not slut shaming.
Alright.
Call everyone what they want to be called except for Twitter.
I'm a whore. I'm not slut shaming. Why the fuck would I do that? I'm a good guy.
I said I just want to be slut shamed.
Oh, I can do that for you. I can do that for you. I got you, buddy.
3, 2. Oh, fuck,
One. I'm already alive.
No.
Foolishness, Dante.
Randomness.
I forgot to make the title.
So we're just gonna let him slide. We're not gonna clown him.
Oh, I see. Just found another good topic on the front page of my Twitter.
Also, what are the topics again? Can someone slide them my way?
Yep, I got you.
Just put them in the voice
what?
context.
I don't need that. I'm a professional. I'll be fine. I got this.
You sure?
I'll be fine.
Yeah, you sure?
Listen, if it gets bad, I'll just grab my guitar and start playing music. It's cool. I got this.
I'll go ahead and put the podcast topics into the voice context.
Listen, as long as I keep it entertaining, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of true. I watched a lot of podcasts. I think, like, I know that like the yard they used to do a lot of like doing like little singing bits and start doing music, but then people complained a lot. But it's like it's a 50-50 split. Some people like the music shit and some people don't. I mean, the start of the Goons podcast is like beatboxing, well, more as of the last few months, and people fuck with that. It's kind of like it's kind of chill. Guitar.
FouseyTube getting arrested. That one's gonna be skipped.
Yeah, it's gonna be skipped.
Okay, I had to close the door because that fire alarm wants some smoke.
I'm
That,
sorry.
no pun intended. No pun
Say that-
intended. I swear to God, that was not on purpose. Like I want to.
See me
I
after
want,
class for remedial studies, you dumb
I
fuck.
want to fight the fire alarm, bro. It's
I'm gonna have to
making
arrest you
noises.
too.
Okay, 3, 2.
One?
It's
Welcome to the NTR podcast. Don't ask us what the fuck that means. I'm Sir Panda. You're putting God. You worship me, and I have lovely guest and co-host Hugbug.
You're the bug. I don't have an intro. I'm gonna check if I say one. We also have Hollow here. He such an interesting man.
That's a lie. Hi, I'm Hollow. I talk the most shit, and I am also here a guest once again. Well, I'm here 5 times. They have to officially let me be a part of it consistently, so
You are.
waiting on that.
You are.
You're
Oh, I
officially a
am?
co-host.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, you're number
Oh,
3.
I'm skipping next week. Let's go.
Yeah,
Alright,
we're skipping next week too.
Hey, alright.
In 2 weeks.
Hey, yo, anyone going to introduce, like, the other person we got? Because they're pretty cool.
hey.
Okay. There's only 3 of us here.
Yo,
My
Do I
lovely friend
introduce
here.
myself?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go
Oh.
ahead. Do that thing.
Okay. I love women, and my name is Burr, and I don't know jack shit about VTubers or a lot of internet culture shit. I'm in a very specific like field of the internet that I don't see a lot of the drama, but I like hearing about it.
let's
So
go. Bo,
I'm
will
ready.
you be my best friend? I don't know any of this shit either. I
Oh
don't
my-
give a fuck.
I don't know. Like there are a few prerequisites first. Like, do you fuck with plants? Maybe.
What do you mean, like, fuck with plants? Like, what's your definition of
I-
fuck with plants?
Not having intercourse with them, preferably. Actually, no.
Well,
just
I
like
would
just
hope.
chill with them.
For a sunflower
no,
or a
no.
Venus flytrap? In that case.
Venus flytrap.
I want to say Venus flytrap because it'd be metal, but I don't have the willingness to keep it healthy. I get a cactus. Cactuses are cool.
I like
Like a little
sunflower
small
seeds.
round cactus. You know what I mean?
Been poked by a cactus.
Yeah. They actually have like pretty cool fucking flowers most of the time as well. Like people don't
Yeah.
like think about it if they're not around a lot of plants, but when they bloom, cactuses have some of the most beautiful flowers. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'd get a cactus. I can't get a plant right now though because my Siberian husky would eat it, and he's a little dumb.
Eat it? Well, then
Yeah,
you could get a
no.
cactus though.
Well, no, because
he
I don't
can't
need
eat
him
a
learning the
cactus.
hard way. I don't want him to learn the hard way. He's my beautiful boy. He's perfect. He doesn't need to know the flaws of the world.
He can't be that dumb.
He's
Imagine
not.
him
He's
puts
not.
his entire mouth around the cactus.
Well, he's not dumb.
Oh.
He just takes after the sense of like. So Yasha is a stubborn dog, but he's smart. He's smart as shit. If he knows he's not supposed to do something, he typically won't do it. However, it's like leaving a Hot Wheel set with like a kid and going, "Hey, don't touch that." Eventually, they're gonna at least touch it once, and that's the problem. And I go, "Hey, fuck off! Don't touch it." Yasha's like, "Okay," and then eventually, if I'm not looking, he's like, "Hey, well, I mean, I've seen plants before, and then you fuck around."
I just don't get plants. My life has a tree.
What do you mean you don't get them?
Yeah, I
I'm not
just
saying
don't
I'm
get
not
the
taking
concept
care
of
of.
plants. You know, like who's green these days?
I don't
you don't-
understand that shit, honestly.
You don't understand the hobby of taking care of plants?
No, I'm just saying I don't like have a plant to take care of myself.
Yeah, but like,
Uh,
do you not understand or like just don't get
No,
the appeal of it? I
Like
guess.
he
Yeah,
meant, like,
that
literally
too.
doesn't- Well, now that, but he
But I
meant
mean, I
at the
guess
time, like,
it just
he
gives you a
doesn't
sense
own
of
one.
responsibility.
You gotta look
Ma-
after
makes you-
yourself
makes
first, I
you-
guess. You know,
Force you to look over something.
we're all like plants.
Oh, well, some of us are. I'm not. I'm like you. I've been around Panda. He's like a plant. I can get the appeal. You water him, and he's good to go.
I
But
can't
the rest of us-
photosynthesize, so I'm not like a plant.
I consider myself a plant. Yeah, I
I
like
want that thick
sunbathing.
water.
I like laying.
Hold on, wait.
People,
hold
some
on.
Have you
people's
guys
houses
tried
are like
thick
plants.
water?
They can make energy out of the sun.
Wait. Have we tried what?
Thick
What?
water.
Thick water?
Thick water.
Yeah.
I've tried sparkling water and it's garbage, but I've not tried thick water.
Pause. What the fuck is thick water?
It's thick water.
It's
It's
literally
water
that.
that's kind of
Water
like
is kind of
thick.
thick.
Is it viscous? Like, what are we saying? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
It's really
literally,
it's
literally.
viscous.
No, I've never had that. What the hell?
It,
Isn't
To
there
be fair, I
like
haven't
there's like a
either.
powder
I
for
just
it?
see it online a lot.
Why
yeah,
the fuck? Who's out here acquiring the most viscous water? What's happening?
Ludwig.
That about right. I do
Thick
have
water
to
is a
agree
beverage
with that
specifically
one.
designed for people with dysphagia, difficulty swallowing.
But it's viscous. How is it? How does that help?
I'm
don't know.
also confused.
I don't
Maybe
know.
like
Maybe
it
they
soothes
need
the
like,
throat. Yeah.
or like it's like they don't have enough power to like move the muscles in their throat to like get the. They need something that's heavier, maybe easier to
Yeah.
swallow.
Yeah. I think maybe like it soothes the throat a bit. Maybe.
We're of course the professionals.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know what? Actually, let's ask the smartest person in the room. Panda, why would that help somebody? Just honest stuff. Why would that help, Panda? Why would it being thicker help out with swallowing?
I don't know.
I mean, considering your night job, I think you would know better than anyone, right?
I mean, if you don't got a gag reflex, I mean, that shit might go down smooth. But other than that, I don't get it. That shit sounds terrible for real.
Do you know?
A gag reflex? Yeah, I like to
Wait.
think so.
I mean, you'd like to think so? 'Cause you would know with your night job, right?
You want to stick your finger in and try?
Sure.
You're gonna have to use your pinky because I know your hand big as fuck.
You can buy a 50 or 46 ounce thing of thick water for $15.
$15.
That sounds
Good
pretty.
team. Hmm.
Thick water.
Okay, I need to
I
know.
feel like you can thicken your own water at home.
Ma, can we get thick water? No, we have thick water at home.
Or cornstarch, cornflower,
Oh,
xanthan
Thicken
gum.
your own
xanthan
water
gum.
at home.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
man, I wasn't ready for this podcast today. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm so happy to be here.
Okay. I was not with you for a second. Now I'm with you.
So it's like oobleck then, right?
I don't know what that is. I haven't.
It's just like but like slightly. It's
You know that okay, everyone probably know it's like that it's like a liquid that if you like try to mold it or force it to do things, it becomes a solid.
cornstarch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Kind of
Not
sugar
non.
milk?
Yeah, I know that shit.
Non-Newtonian
Yeah.
fluid?
Yeah.
Non-Newtonian fluid. Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
That
I
maybe.
think
But I remember
so.
I made it like in elementary school. We called that shit oobleck. You know, I never forgot that. It had a
Yeah.
fun ass name to say. We made this shit on Halloween. Mine glow in the dark, bro. And then oobleck.
Alright, it's
Okay.
A
non-Newtonian.
non-Newtonian fluid is a fluid that does not follow Newton's law of viscosity. That
See,
is, it has
it's-
variable viscosity dependent on stress.
Is milk a non-Newtonian fluid?
Oh,
Normal milk
No,
behaves
it
as a
is
non-Newtonian
because
liquid and
it
its
does
viscosity is affected by
follow.
temperature. Oh, other
No,
things.
I think yeah. There are 3 types of non-Newtonian fluid.
That's 3 too many.
I'm going off track,
Toothpaste is a
sorry, yeah.
non-Newtonian fluid.
by the way, I just wanted for anyone listening at home, this is not a fucking topic. Just so we're clear.
It's
Th-
alright.
that's the topic
we can-
now.
We're moving on. It's a topic now, you know. It's on the go. For learning. This is an educational science podcast.
Okay, I need to know just because Panda is here and I've met everyone through. How did you guys meet Panda? I just want to know because like I met Panda due to me streaming art on YouTube, and he popped up in my comment section and he popped up in my Discord, and that's how I met Panda.
On
How did you-
YouTube.
Yeah. How did you guys meet Panda?
I met him through Kapako's channel, or streams, in Discord. Or not, you
So
probably know
you-
Kapako.
So YouTube and Discord for Hugbug?
What about them? How did they meet you?
I don't know. I
What?
can't remember.
They don't know.
Okay,
I'm
No.
just not
memory is
important.
so
I'm just not
bad.
that important.
My memory is
Damn,
so
this getting fucked up.
bad. It's so
Oh
bad.
shit, he
My
doesn't
memory
matter.
is
They don't
Fine.
remember.
look.
Fine.
Oh
It's
shit.
I am literally subscribed to Panda's channel. Don't even, bro. I am a sub. I just have
What's the
also
name of his icon? What's the
really
name of the
bad
character? What's the name of his avatar?
memory.
What's the name of
Bitch
it?
boy.
That's not the name of his avatar. What's the name of his avatar?
What the? Where'd you even get that?
Well, I mean, you
Little
are one, but
guy.
what's the name?
Oh, pudding god. Wait, hang on. It says it on the shirt. Is that is?
You don't know shit about him, dude.
Cross me at
Oh,
straws here. You
oh
can't out
shit.
me like this.
Oh shit, this is the
Oh
prove you're a real
my.
panda fan. Name every panda. Oh shit.
So for
Oh,
our first topic, I thought we would get into something a little
Something good.
spicy, something
Bro,
a little serious. And if you don't want to share, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to.
I'll do what I want.
In relationships, you know how there's a start, middle, and end. Usually, we try
yeah.
not to go for the bad endings, but you can't control everything in life.
Seems we might have one of those happening today.
Why do you sound like a motivational guru? Like just, you know, the way you're going about this, I love it.
So my first topic is: do you enjoy the beginning of the chase to your relationships?
Okay. So when
Uh,
you say chase, it's like you two getting a feel for one another, like if they're into you and if you're into them, yeah?
yes.
Are we
Okay.
talking about friendships or
We
romantic,
are
or
talking
Uh,
about
both?
we are talking about romantic relationships. Hubbub,
uh,
you
I
can
mean, I am
use
hold on. Can
married.
we do both? Can we do
yeah.
both though? Because
Okay,
some
yeah,
friendships is really cool too. Because like digging the vibe of whoever you're around. You know what I mean?
we could do both. Hugbug, you can use your wife as your example before you got married. You know, um the
Dude,
start of building that relationship,
we just
what
hang out
you
on the bus
enjoyed.
to school and ask her out with a Pokemon.
She's your high
With a
school
Pokemon?
sweetheart?
A Pokemon?
Yeah,
You
we were battling. I used a love disc named like "Will you date me" or something. Yep, and I
That
got
That's
it.
so
is
Yes.
the
that's
cutest
so
thing.
So
cute.
there wasn't really much of
You're
a
a
chase.
fucking cornball. I
There
love it.
wasn't really much of a chase. It just kind of happened.
I hate you. I hate you for
You're
real.
welcome.
That's really good. Hug is living my best life, just so we're clear. We just pull up to to someone and be like, "Hey, you, listen, I have a Pokemon. Me and you, yeah, or no." Like, that's good. That's really awesome.
This is the last
Oh my
episode of
god.
I
podcast.
remember. I remember when I was in primary school.
The casual
I really liked
romance.
someone, and I really knew that they loved Lego. So I had a Lego set, and I would take all of the cool bits out of the Lego set, like all the flame bits, the attachable, and I
Yeah.
would give them to them, and I regret it so much right now. But that was like my form of flirting was like, hey, here's this really cool like Pokemon card, or like here's this really like gift giving shit. I don't do this anymore though, because I regret it now looking back. But I would just like, I would-
You
I was
guys are
just like,
cute.
I was
Why the fuck?
self-sacrificing.
Why am I
That's
so
adorable.
ugly? Why the fuck? Why y'all so
For
cute?
me, so for me, I would say it's not that I prefer the chase in any regard, but I do enjoy it. Just in like friendships, or whatever, getting a feel for somebody and learning more about that person is like really fun. For me, in high school, there was this girl who had moved from Canada to America. Um,
Hmm.
Effectively, we had like we only hung out like two classes. We had lunch together, and so one day I just like asked her was she into me because we had flirted back and forth a little bit, and she said, no, actually I'm lying. I asked if she thought it was funny. She said yes because we flirted back and forth. So I scooped her up in my arms like bridal carry style
What?
and carried her down the hallway from the third floor to the fourth floor, all the way up to the art class that she was taking, and I put her down in the seat. And their teacher was like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "I'm about to find out that in a second." That I asked her out in front of the entire class. She said yes, and I was like, "I'm her boyfriend," and then I left.
God damn.
Oh my god, what
That's
the
how that
fuck?
went down.
This man knows how to do that.
Anime
Did you repeat this
pretending to
tactic any more times?
Kinda. Kind of, yeah.
Kind of.
I'm like a in the moment kind of person. Like I'm a romantic spur of the moment kind of guy.
You just asked the Rizzler and wow. You just asked the Rizzler, hey bro, you be Rizzler?
No, I mean, I ended up there was one individual at like prom. They were like really cool. I liked them, and they were like a really cool person. But like my prom date and I went together because they asked me first before anyone else could. But we weren't like a thing. We were just I was like, sure, you're cool, and I dig your vibe. So I met this person. They're super cool, and then me and them end up hanging out most of the prom together. Like they had a date. They ditched their date for me. Um, and I asked them out because our prom had like a beachside view, and they were afraid to swim, so I carried them up into the ocean, but I didn't like let their body hit the water.
You be
Um,
carrying people. Wow.
yeah, I'm strong, so I take advantage of it. I was just carrying them; they're really cool about it. And they almost made me trip though, because someone trying to make out with you while you're holding them is not like the easiest thing when there's like water involved. But that was fun. What about you,
Yeah.
Panda?
I think oh,
Tell us.
Oh no, I need Panda to talk about Panda's relationship experiences with the class first. Sorry, forgive me. I just need this publicly known.
Fuck you. Yeah, me personally, I don't like. I'm not really of a fan. The chase is fine, I guess. I just don't like figuring out whether the person is into you or not. I feel like that shit is overly complicated, and I hate it.
It's super simple though. You just ask.
What's worst they can say? No?
Yeah,
I hate.
like even
they
on
could
a
definitely
friendship.
say worse.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they could, but even on like on a friendship level, you know what I mean? Like, even on a friendship level, I'm like,
A
hey,
friendship
Bo,
level is different.
friends
Friendships,
question mark, and if they're like no exclamation point, that's dope, and we move on with our day.
yeah, that's different. That's like friends. This isn't like
Man,
my girlfriend material type shit. Like it's like it's
I take
different.
offense. I'm absolutely girlfriend material. I take offense.
Oh my god, bro. Actually, no, you were
Uh,
not. You're too much of a man to be a girlfriend.
I take offense to that.
Unfortunate.
I don't have any
I'm
cute
cute as
stories like
fuck.
that. I mean, there was a time where I did just go, "Hey, you want to go out?" I've been rejected pretty harshly before. That is not. It just doesn't feel good.
I mean, it's not that like it feels good. Like no one, like well, most people don't like losing. You know what I mean? But I'm like, it's not complicated. The feelings involved are, but like the action isn't. That's what I'm getting at.
I think I see what you mean.
Yeah. Let's hear from Bo. I need to know what Bo's about.
Oh shit, yeah. My talking about relationships and like the start of them. I think my first relationship started with a friend that I had known just for like a really fucking long time, and it was just sort of gradual. But there was another situation ship, if you will. But I was at a live music event and I saw the drummer and I was like, the drummer's kind of hot. And then I knew the people that knew the band, and so then I asked one of them, like, hey, is that person single? And they were like, yeah. And then I met, like, saw him afterwards and said, hey, you're really hot, and then immediately left. And then they ended up giving him my Instagram, and then we ended up talking after that. But it was it was
That's
very
actually cute.
funny.
Why did you like? Okay, why did you punk out? Why did you immediately leave?
You could have gone for it.
Well, I will say I was really hot. I was pretty. I think I was just scared of like that rejection because it's like you don't know how they're gonna react. So it was sort of like, hey, I'm gonna put this out there, but I don't want to see your direct reaction because that's like hard. So then give them time to digest and then write their response. I guess it just feels safer. It definitely was like the weird play to go, but I'm a bit socially awkward. But it worked out in the end.
Y'all all just taking dubs. I see.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can take my time. I got
Yeah.
rejected, but it was like pretty chill with me.
Living our best life.
I'll kill
So,
you.
like, do you want me?
Even
Okay, just so we're clear, right?
Yeah.
I'll do like a rejection story. It's really small because to me it was like another day. there was this yeah, so they're like the mall I used to live nearby. There was like this food stand, and there was this girl who was working the food stand, and me and her like laugh and joke, and everything's pretty cool. And I had asked like what time did she get off work, that way we can like kick it and hang out, right? Come back, she was cute. I was into her. She was like, no. I'm very politely. She was like, hey, I appreciate it. Um, I'm not really interested. I was like, that's cool, and I respect that. Thanks for letting me know. And then she gave me my food, and I went about my way.
That's pretty respectful and good. Hell yeah. I
Like,
don't think
what
I've
am I
ever
gonna do?
been
Make
like
her say yeah?
rejected.
Like, she just said no, and I just
Yeah,
fucked off.
I know,
So.
but people have really bad reactions sometimes to that sort of stuff, you know?
I mean,
Yeah.
Not
I
everyone's
guess
mentally sane.
that. Well, that's fair. Yeah. I guess because like in a sense, like it didn't matter to me like that deeply. If someone wants to be with you, they want to be with you. If they don't, they don't. So like it's better to know if they don't.
That's true. Or it's a mature way of looking at it, and it's sort of disappointing that not everyone sees it that sort of way, or doesn't take rejection, rather, in that sort of sense.
Well, that, but also like knowing who you are is important. I can bounce off that shit like it's fine. If it's like the end of the world for you, and you know it's the end of the world for you, I do respect like you know what I mean, getting the fuck out of there and not even trying if you know that you can't handle that well. But if you know you can't handle rejection well, like at that point, yo, you should not be looking for a relationship. There's something internal that needs to be kind of dealt with. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think also people don't sort of realize that their reaction is inappropriate, or they don't realize that their interpretation of the situation and their response is inappropriate a lot of the time. And that sort
Mm.
of causes a lot of trouble because it's like people aren't super aware of their actions and the result of those actions a lot of the time.
Oh, I
Kind
agree.
of,
But
that's
like,
just, yeah.
I think like in the moment, that's like 110% the case. So I think like after sitting on it after a while, like whether it's like a month, a week, or a year, whatever like the time is, you do kind of go like, not my best work.
Yeah.
I think like if you've been there before and enough time has passed and you know that's your thing, or if you have friends who care about you and they know you didn't handle that well, they should like if they're your friend, they'll let you know like, hey, figure your shit
Mm.
out, bro. You kind of
I'm
smelly.
trying to think, and I don't think I've ever been rejected. Like I apart from being dumped from a relationship, I don't think I've ever like
Swung and a
been
miss.
outspoken and told. Yeah, I don't think for in my
Oh, I get what you're saying.
oh
Yeah, yeah. I was
yeah.
like, yeah, sorry. Sorry.
What were you thinking?
He was so happy to understand.
The dots clicked. But
He was
I
just so happy he got it.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
That's cute. Nah, I mean, it's interesting too though, because like I guess how many relationships like have you been in though? Like if you haven't been rejected, like how many times do you put yourself out there is like the real question. If you're okay with answering that like
Well,
publicly.
I don't like people a lot. I am pretty
Damn,
not
Panda's one of
interested
those.
in people romantically. Um, I've only been I was in one relationship for almost a year, and I've been in a few other situations, but the issue is that it's normally the other people that like me more, and I have to reject them. I'm just not super interested in having relationships with people most of the time. And that's
That's
sort of like,
fair.
I guess I haven't put myself out there, but it's also I just think that I've rejected a lot of people, but it's not because that sounded really bad.
No,
Would
no,
I
reject
know,
the
no.
people?
go.
Not
I
really.
look,
No.
well,
It's
no,
good.
no,
It's
but
good.
it feels bad to say that but a lot of people, but it's because maybe a lot of people find me approachable as someone who's born female that likes games and the sort of similar interests they see me as like a bit of a
Oh
like there's a
shit!
chance, right?
The
Like
incel
there's a
magnet.
chance.
Yeah.
The
I am.
incel magnet. No.
I play League of Legends
Oh,
and
oh. I mean, that should
Perfect.
like
yeah.
for most gamers, that should be the turn off.
Well, no,
Might be
because I get
might
on
be
League of
the opposite.
Legends and then I'm in a VC and then they hear my voice and they're like, "Oh, hey." I'm like, it doesn't have to always be. This doesn't have to always be the end result. You know, we like people can just be nice, but it's like so many people on the internet are very starved for like any sort of connection, and I tend to be an outlet for that. Like, but sometimes it gets a little too, a little too, a little too crazy.
Oh
A
shit.
little
Okay,
too crazy.
so here's like a question that I have then, right? So
Yeah.
you don't like people, and you like by your own admission, whether you're joking or not, like you're not really like a socially like butterfly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I prefer
How
to.
do you end up in these like group chats or situations where like niggas come out the woodwork and are like, "Hey yo, so like you play video
How?
games?"
No, it's all that. No, see, the issue is if I want to play video games with anyone or like someone like you're in a league, like whatever, you're going into an ARAM, they send a VC link in the channel, and it's like, oh, okay, and then you join, and then you're playing, and they're all guys, and it's like, oh, there's
That shit,
it's
and it's
even
not chill. Yeah.
look, and it's not even for like gamers. It's even like I've been asked out like in public a lot as well, which is even worse because it's like you don't want to say no while like their friends are around or
I
while they're
do.
being like
Perfect
fun or
time.
something.
Fuck
You
that.
make
I
you
do.
make
Or
an
it's
Real
like
shit.
if
example out
I'm
of
by
him.
myself, it's like I feel if I'm by myself, I then feel unsafe saying no. It's like there's like rejecting people is can be scary. It's a really scary thing to do sometimes. And I don't think a lot of guys sort of think about that because it's like, oh, if you say no, it's like that's it. That's gonna be, she doesn't like me. But it's like with girls, sometimes it's like I don't know how this guy is gonna react in this situation because some people can really not take it in a great way.
So like, okay, so here's like the last question on this topic for me then. Yeah. So you're
Okay.
out with friends. Yeah. Do you do the thing where
Okay.
you like your lock screen's like a incoming call where you can pretend like you have a call that we can get away? Like, how do you? I get want to. What is your like techniques to get the fuck out of Dodge? For anyone at home listening who has the same issues you do, would you recommend like they do to get the fuck out of there if they're not comfortable and they don't feel like no is a safe enough answer?
Not gonna lie, I just leave.
Just
I'm like,
walk away.
hey,
He
I'm done.
just
Perfect,
goes.
perfect
Like
reasonable
Seriously, I've done
response.
this.
Kellogg ran out.
If something's going on, I'll just sort of like I'll like sort of find a way to sort of end the conversation. I'll just get in my car. I'm just I'm just I just head out of whatever. Like if I'm at a party and someone does that, I'm like, all right, and then I sort of just I leave the party. Like I'm going, I'm out.
Like you can't just fucking leave. All right, that's best. I dig it.
Yeah. I also
Alright.
just like don't enjoy a lot of social events, so it's not too hard for me to just be like, maybe I don't want to be here, and there's not too much FOMO for me because I value sort of like how if I'm feeling comfortable enough and or not over sort of like whatever the event is, I guess.
That's fair, yeah.
What about you, Huck? How do you let people down gently? How do you go about it?
I haven't really been in other relationships, so
But
I
you're
don't think
married.
I can.
I'm saying
Yeah,
like yeah, I'm like if no one's ever like tried to, while you're like, hey, I'm married. No, thank you.
no, no, not really.
Everyone's respected your marriage. That's based as fuck. You love to see it.
Maybe just more people don't like me that way.
I think people just respect your marriage.
But I don't think it's that either. 'Cause I just don't go out that often. Like I go to work and come home, or go to the store. Like we don't really wear our rings either. I just hate wearing a ring. It's uncomfortable. Like it's gonna get stuck on my finger.
You don't have a wedding band? Oh,
I do have. I just don't wear it. We just don't wear them.
What?
And
Okay, hold on.
we,
How long
neither
have
of
you
us
and
wear
your
them.
partner been married?
Yeah, that's like the real question.
Little year and 2 months now, but we've been together for quite a few years before that. Because I graduated high school back in like 2017, so it's like 6 years before then.
Yeah, that's good. I respect that energy. What about you, Panda? How do you let people down, bro? How do you go about it?
Um, well, it rarely happens, but the one time that it did,
The heartbreak king over here. How do you do it, bro?
well, the one time that it did happen, this girl, she was bad news. Basically, she was a pathological liar. Uh, I think I can't tell you if she was doing it for attention or not. But the last lie that she told was that she was pregnant and she had a miscarriage. But
Cool.
everybody, it was pretty clear that it was a lie. Um, and there's other shit going around. But basically, she was just bad news bears. And we had nothing in common at all, nor did we ever really talk for real. There was nothing more than hi, hello, goodbye. But she told me that she liked me during lunch cafeteria time, and I told her, uh, "I'm sorry, but I'm just not interested. We don't have anything in common or anything." I remember this. I couldn't even fucking finish fully rejecting her because my friends were fucking laughing at her, and I felt so bad. I
Oh,
felt
that's
terrible.
fucked.
Um, I talked to her afterwards, and I got to completely reject her after school. Um,
Don't-
it's
Okay.
it's pretty simple.
God. Sorry, it's just
No,
the
Hmm?
way you painted the story is, hey man, it's like I tried to say no, then my boy started laughing, so I ran it
wait,
back again after school.
they were girls.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Girls can be
yeah.
boys. They not called the homies, bro. You racist out
I mean, I guess they can be called the homies, but I don't know if they wanted to be called the homies back then.
Racist.
here?
I usually um shit. I'm pretty normal about it.
I think yeah,
You just tell him no.
it's interesting to hear
Yeah,
like how people go about it because not everyone like is comfortable being in that spot though.
yeah.
Yeah.
I usually
Thinking about it back. Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if it's bad or not, but I do tend to throw in a compliment. And is that bad?
Yeah, I feel like
That's so
that's
normal.
It's
That's
just
such a normal
that's
thing
it's
to
bad.
do.
it's
Oh
never.
shit!
I'm always
That's
sincere.
normal.
I'm
Oh,
always sincere with my
You give him a
compliments.
compliment, then you
I
tell him to
that's
I
fuck
like
That's
off.
so
normal.
good.
That's normal.
Listen.
I
That's
I
a
don't
don't.
like
normal thing.
I don't like your hairline. We can't be together, but I do like your Tims.
Bro, come on.
I'm sorry. No, I mean, like for me, it depends on the person I'm talking to. Most people who are into me, um, like are into like the idea of me. They're not really into like who I am, but more of like, oh, he's like funny and creative. I like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
So like when I'm like, hey, listen, the dude you're into and the dude I am are not the same person.
Yeah, I get that
Oh,
so much because I'm Asian, right? And I'm in a predominantly white country, and
yeah.
it's like since like anime is getting more popular, K-pop's getting more popular, and it's sort of like the person you're imagining me to be based off my ethnicity
Oh, yeah.
is not in reality. Like I'm I'm a person with my own sort of features, I guess, but it's crazy. It's crazy. The increase of like, I guess, fetishization and assumptions based purely on like the way I look. But I guess that's literally what
So it is
racism and
racism.
everything is.
That's so
That's peculiar.
cringe. That's so cringe.
Niggas coming out the cut like, yeah, I bet that one can dance.
I bet that one looks anime.
I've had, yeah, I've
Well,
well,
can you
see,
dance?
you sort of notice. Can I dance? I did do dancing for a while.
She's
It's
best.
true.
I like this one. This is
I'm
the homie now.
famous.
Panda
I didn't know.
dances
Yeah.
too.
News told
You
me.
dance, right, Panda?
Yeah, I didn't. I danced, but I didn't know that was like a thing.
Oh no, people are hella racist, bro.
Yeah.
People are like hella racist, and they're hella racist in like the way where like they think it's innocent. It's like when people see like a big black dude and they're like, "Oh, bro, you be good at sports." Like
Yeah.
that shit that me and you had growing up, where it's like, "Hey, bro, you should do sports because of the way that we just are built naturally." Yeah.
People
Yeah,
used
I
to ask me
did.
if I did basketball just because I'm tall. I fucking hate
Yeah.
sports. I did baseball for years as a kid, and I
I
did not
did.
like. I just did
I
not want to play it towards the end.
I
God,
did
that's so good.
basketball because I was tall. I actually did it though, and I enjoyed it.
In middle school, my parents gave me $20 to play basketball for like a quarter at school.
You got fucking scammed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was terrible at it.
Panda, did you play basketball?
I played every sport.
Like for your school?
Yep.
Oh, based. Even
Soccer was my favorite. Soccer was hands down my
he's
favorite.
based. What
Hands
about
down.
lacrosse?
I played soccer when I was like
We
3 or
didn't-
4.
I don't think lacrosse was big when I was in school, but I could be wrong. But hands down, soccer is my favorite. I'll go out and play sports right now if I'm being honest with you.
I go to the
Shit,
batting
nigga,
cage, but I
I
don't think
just
I'll be part of a team.
So when I pull up, we're playing basketball. Is what I'm hearing.
fuck yeah, bro.
I bet.
What's up, Paul?
I just remembered. This is probably a very Australian thing. So we had to do sports mandatory a lot of the time in school. Okay, but some of the sports that when I was in primary school, right? So I would have been like 12, I think. I we had to do a sport. I'm the nerdiest motherfucker out there. I chose lawn bowls. Are you guys familiar?
Is it
Long
like?
No.
Hold on. Describe it, please.
Okay. So there are these like big metal balls.
Balls.
They're pretty heavy. It's lots of old people, and there are lanes. And you have to throw the big metal ball really slow and get it close enough to a smaller ball.
Oh, I
Or
played
not, with
this. I played this.
LNWN.
I
Is
think I
that
know what you're
croquette?
No. Like, you're not
Okay.
hitting it. You're just throwing the ball.
So I'm looking on like this little white ball you throw, you try to get whatever your ball's all close enough to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
I
can't hit other
chose
people's
to-
balls.
Yep. You can't hit other people's
I
balls. You
chose
gotta get
to
your
do
balls to
this.
Yeah.
touch.
It was crazy though because I was a child, and it's like, what is everyone else doing? Like netball, basketball, footy. I'm out here playing fucking lawn bowls with like 90-year-old like women. It was,
Okay.
and then after
The-
that, no, hang on, I have to continue this because afterwards I moved on to like high school, right? We still have to play mandatory sports. It's mandatory. We have to pick a sport to play. Everyone else was doing like swimming or I don't know. I I I was on my school's ping pong and chess team. Straight up.
Nerd.
Let's
I love
go.
it. Absolute geek. Love to see it. I need to know, were you winning against
Yeah.
the old folks? That's all I care about. Were you winning?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's the homie. All right,
Oh wait,
cool.
hang on. No, this is crazy. I also, because I went to a really bougie ass private school for a little while because I was on a scholarship, I chose sailing as one of mine as well. So I
Sailing?
went out on a boat on a river, like no engine, no motor, just like with a big boomstick, and it's got like the big sail. And I was straight up, I was like one of those in like a movie, you know?
Okay.
Oh
I
wait, how
felt
old
like
were
I was in
you?
a movie. How old was I? I would have been about 15.
Can you swim?
Do I swim? Yeah, I live in
Okay.
Australia. Most people swim here.
Okay.
Sailing's
Imagine
have
they
a-
send me out there and I don't know how to swim.
Well, yeah. So I have a
Yeah.
buddy. So I have a buddy from Australia, and he told me about like I didn't know that was a fucking thing you guys did. He explained, yeah, no, that's the thing I did, and I was like, oh, well, how was it? He's like, it was pretty great. Until one time, like a wave came in, and I tipped over, and I was like, oh, well, I mean, you could swim. He was like, no. Then no one knew I couldn't swim. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like
that's
that's what I
abnormal.
learned. I learned like it's a common thing to be able to swim, and so like that's why
Is it
no
not
one
common
like
in
doubt it.
Australia?
I mean,
Well, in
Oh, in
America,
America, shit,
America?
yeah, no,
it's not
no,
that common.
it's
That's
like
kind of
it's like
fucking
it's
wild
like
to me.
it's 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50.
Yeah.
It's a survival skill here. I mean, I live on an island, and it's like most of our population is by the coast. We don't have many inland population, like big clusters, big cities. Everyone's on the coast, and I think a
Well,
lot of our culture goes around beaches as well.
the difference is like United States is like a really big ass place, right? But like the average
Yeah.
American, due to like a study, I think the average American visits 9 or 8 states in their entire lifetime. So like most people, if there's not water nearby, they don't learn that survival skill because they never leave that place. Yeah.
I can swim. I just can't float.
Yeah.
Like,
How the
I
fuck
don't think that
can you not float?
okay, that's not no, I think
what
if
is
you're
it
swimming, you're
called?
floating.
What is it called when you lay on your back and you just like
Being
just
a
sit there?
stop fat
It's floating.
I can't
Floating?
do that.
You can't just let go, bro.
Yeah, I literally
I
sink.
bet your ass can if I knock you the fuck out.
If I'm not,
You'll float.
wanna be on my back if I get knocked the fuck out.
I bet your courage the cowardly ass can do it if you're unconscious.
Well, I can't do that, and I swim really slowly, but I can do it. It's not very efficient though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's fair. What
For
about you,
lawn
Hug?
bowls, I figured out the other name that I knew it by was Buckyball for the thing Bo was talking about earlier. I don't know if I might have heard of it by that name instead.
Oh,
I've
true.
done
There's-
it, but I've
I'm
never.
sure it has lots of different names.
Yeah, I just know
I've tried
one
it,
over
but
here is
called it a weird
Buckyball.
name.
It's just crazy that I did it in primary school because that was one of the options. we do some wild shit here. And I only realized that after like sort of being online and communicating with Americans and learning how culturally actually different we are. Because you know, growing up, you're like everyone in the world sort of has similar shit like this, right? Because you don't know otherwise. But then you start to realize, hang on, where you are and the culture you're in can completely dictate every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
And it's like the big sort of moment of, hey, I'm not the center of the universe. Not everyone is like me, and everyone is their own protagonist. And that's big, crazy. But America's fucked.
Yeah, we are.
Sorry.
We're all gonna die.
You are not playing games out here. Speaking of games,
Speaking of
I feel like
games,
games are being rushed and poorly made.
hey, we're actually doing one of our topics.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I
that's
tried to
crazy.
transition into it.
I love Panda does an actual good transition for once in this fucking podcast. It will never happen again, by the way. And Hug
I'm
instantly.
gonna ruin
Oh
it.
fuck! Ain't no way you did that, bro.
Oh my god!
I know we're actually talking about something we're supposed to be talking about.
I haven't played a lot of AAA games lately, but I have heard about the bullshit that people have to deal with playing AAA games lately. The main examples I have are Redfall and Wayfinders. Wayfinders released literally last week, and on release day, their servers were unplayable. No one could get into the game. Uh, I'm not the smartest crayon in the box, uh, so I feel like sometimes my opinions don't really weigh that much. But I do think your servers working on game day release is a really important thing for your brand. I feel like this happens a lot more than we realize. Um,
Didn't GTA 5 like not have online for a whole year after it came out?
Ooh, I don't remember exactly. I know it was
I know
offline
online
for a
came out
little bit.
a while after it came out.
Yeah, online came a little while after. I mean, like, this is like my view, right? Do I think games are coming out too soon? Not really. I do think crunch is like some bullshit. I think that like that sucks. But you can look like at like Cyberpunk and go like, yeah, they came out too soon. It wasn't finished. But then, like Armored Core is popping off right now.
That's a
You
From
know what I mean?
Software game. They haven't had like any issues really. Aside from I guess
Yeah, but I mean,
performance
like,
on Elden Ring for PC.
so that's what we're saying. Like, it really depends on like the game shitty and what they're doing. I think the difference is now is that like, if a game is shitty back in like the mid 2000s, no one really talked about it. Like it was, we only talked about the games that were like actually good.
Hmm.
Now, if a game is shitty,
Our standards are higher.
Sonic 06 was talked about quite a bit because of how bad it
yeah,
was.
but like Sonic 06 was talked about quite a bit, but there were games way worse than Sonic 06.
Yeah.
It was just popular to shit on
I mean,
Sonic 06.
even Overwatch 2, like, released, it had the most fucked start because it's a fully online game and you had to wait hours and hours in queue to play it. But it's like our standards are just getting higher and higher, and it's like smaller companies or even like big companies don't necessarily have the capability to do all that shit. And it's like now it's just everything's got to get better as we develop, I guess, and people just aren't catching up as much.
There's like
Yeah, you really put it
developers,
into perspective.
Pokemon,
Yeah.
that came out super buggy. People don't like Pokemon games anymore for some reason. They're one of the biggest companies in the world, and they still can't put the resources into fixing all their garbage and making the game run better.
I mean,
There's like
the same game.
there's like Xenoblade
Pokemon.
on the in Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch. Pokemon should be able to run better.
My
I don't care what they say.
is that my view is like simply put, it depends on the game. Like Bo said, when it comes to like standards, people have like higher standards now. I think our standards for a video game is like different. I think like to use the example that Hug said, if Sonic 06 came out in this decade, we'd have a day one patch and no one would complain about it. It would just move the fuck on. Like what we consider a bad game, like No Man's Sky, I think is like the thing that changed the way that we judge games and our standard for it.
Yeah, I think it
No Man's Sky
had
was
quite a redemption
ass.
story.
Yeah,
Isn't that game like
I thought
really
it was
good
fine.
now?
It's what it was promised to be. I don't think it's good, but I mean that's up to your own personal taste, right?
I think of Battlefield
Talking
games
about
usually.
standards. I know that this is something that has already been discussed a lot online for like, and this is a message that's been repeated a lot. But to repeat it again, holy shit, the standards of gaming changing after Baldur's Gate 3. Like, that shit is going to. I have a feeling that every new release is going to be compared to it, which, you know, I'm not sure if that's fair or not. Obviously, we want to keep improving, but it's like, have you guys played it?
No,
I
I
played
haven't.
it with a group of buddies. A couple of my friends have completed it. I am with 100% certain no one's going to be doing that.
I don't think
There
it's gonna
might be
change
like
anything.
What, no
people,
one's comparing?
yeah, like this year there'll be people comparing it. Like this year, there's concern and like for a game developer, there's concern of like, oh no, can we ship this half done product early and then patch it when Baldur's Gate was popping off? Like there's like that concern. People go like the standards might be too high now, but like being transparent, people on the internet currently, not even just gamers, are like our attention span for like something being bad is so like something being bad or something being good is so small. Like Doom came out, and no one was comparing like other shooters to Doom like consistently. It was that year people were comparing it, then the year after everyone's kind of fucked off. Like it's usually
Yeah,
that
that's
year is the comparison, and then we're done. That's
I
why I
think
say like what you say?
I just see it as a turning point for like there will be a complete change in like some game standards. I think it's like because now that this is the first time I've really played a game and been like, holy shit, like there's so much more. Like there's gonna be so much more. Like shit's gonna get bigger, and like the first time that I've really realized what games can do with this sort of scope and interactability or whatever. It's like I don't know. I just haven't sort of played a game like. But also, to be fair, I'm not that much of a gamer. I'm not that
Yeah,
much of a
like
gamer.
we had the same sentiment back when Skyrim released, and then after that, we had the same sentiment when like Fallout New Vegas released. You know what I mean?
One of those games has been released like
Yeah,
10
that's
times.
true.
There's going to come a time where like legitimately what you're saying, developers are going to be inspired to create more, to be more ambitious due to Baldur's Gate. Absolutely, that'd be kind of ridiculous to say. But as far as like when it comes to like the market for gaming, most people say they give a shit. They don't. Otherwise, Overwatch 2 wouldn't have like made the money it did. Most people talk big talk. They don't give a shit. Gacha games still make hell money. Like, for transparency, Elden Ring's a pretty good game, right?
Yeah,
Would
From
anyone
Software
say Genshin
generally pretty good.
Impact is a better game than Elden Ring?
No.
Would anyone say that?
I'm sure there's somebody that would say
Because
that just because they like Breath of the Wild style gameplay.
maybe the year Elden Ring released Genshin Impact, even though it released way beforehand, outsold it just because of the sales it made alone. And it's a game that, for effectively, is a free to play game, and it's a gotcha system in it for gamblers. But like, people just will just spend money.
Yeah, there's also a lot more opportunities to spend money in Genshin than there is for Elden Ring. Like, you buy the game, that's
Absolutely.
it.
But I'm
With
saying,
any
like, if we're
gacha
looking
game.
at the market, like if we're looking at the market, right? The market says battle pass, loot box, gotcha. We care about that more than a game being complete.
Yeah, 'cause Apex kind of has a bit of that as well. They have their Apex packs, battle passes, new characters that you have to pay, can't pay for, skins you could
Apex
just pay
Kill
for.
Titanfall.
Yeah, that's who I was still playing Titanfall the other day. There's a modded service and added a double barrel shotgun into the game.
Yeah, like it just boils down
I
to
mean, I
like the way
think
that the market is. People like decide with their
even though
wallets.
there's markets like that and like to make a lot of money, obviously in this capitalist society, I think there's still going to be studios like FromSoft that sort of make games to make it a cultural impact or for an experience as well. I don't think that'll ever change. But of course, people are always looking to make money. So what are the best ways to make money? Yeah, those sort of microtransactions.
But it's like people want. I think most people who are developers for a game want to make a good game, but like their money has to come from somewhere, and people funding them don't give a shit. People funding them want a profit. Like that's like the main thing. Like that's why we can look at like the film industry, and like a lot of things are just like reimaginings or a prequel or sequels to shit, or like a reboot of things that we've had like already.
Be DC and make garbage movies, trying to make money
Yeah, so it's like
with well-known properties, and they still can't seem to make good movies.
fuck me. That's why it's like it's weird because on one note, it's easy to kind of like say that developers should kind of like um developers should like try harder or be more ambitious on one note to kind of match the level of like Baldur's Gate, you know what I mean? Or at least achieve something that feels as good as Baldur's Gate does in experience. But if you're looking for like an experience like that right now, it's the indie scene for games. If you want something like from a AAA title, they're just trying to make the money back for like most of the time, yeah.
I don't even think most of the time, honestly. Like, I think there have been quite a few AAA releases recently that have, like, done pretty well and are pretty good games. Like
Yeah,
Elden Ring, I guess.
yeah, no, there definitely are some AAA games that come out on top and they're just bangers. But the vast majority that do come out that people are expecting to be great aren't, like Cyberpunk or what was that game that came out where everybody was fucking hyped for it? Abalon Fall. I think that's what it's called. That
Babylon?
was the Babylon. That was
No.
the first PlayStation 5 game to be released. That game was shit.
Well, Babylon's Fall, the... Yes, the Square... That game got shut down, Babylon's Fall. I think you're thinking of something else. There's nobody... I don't think anybody... Godfall.
It's called
Yeah,
Godfall. That's what
God,
it is.
but Babylon's Fall was
Godfall,
released. Nobody played it. The game got shut down like less than a year after release.
yeah, because like
Yeah.
what I'm saying, I'm not saying like everyone is like cynical. What I'm simply saying is like people, most developers who are trying to make like a fun gaming experience
Mm-hmm.
who don't care if it like really makes a profit or not, they just want to make something the best they can be, are not going to be AAA developers.
Yeah.
Whereas like a AAA developer, like we're not in like the 2000s anymore, where if a game was good, that game made money. That's just not how it works anymore.
That's sad to see.
It's like fucking on the realest, on the highest of keys, right?
Yeah.
Fortnite is making bank. Like Fortnite's making fucking monopoly money. If they can loan out Disney characters for your game, you're making monopoly money. I need you to know I am a fighting game fan. The reason there's not been another Marvel versus Capcom is because it's expensive as shit and it's not worth fighting for the licenses of Disney characters because Marvel was owned by Disney. Fortnite has the money. Like
Wasn't Marvel vs.
that's
Capcom Infinite not a very good game, or didn't sell well? I think that was the most recent one.
yeah, it was middling. It wasn't bad. It was just middle. It was before the resurgence of fighting games.
Okay, it's still $40 on Steam.
Oh, so do you think if it came out like recently, you think it would have did better?
No,
Okay.
Probably not.
it's not a bad game. It's just more like people who like the reason this game didn't do well mainly is it
Yeah.
alienated its original demographic because the people who wanted to play a Marvel vs. Capcom game wanted to play like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. They like the characters that they used to play and they want them back. But like they couldn't get those characters back in Infinite.
Mm.
And so the excuse was, well, people don't really like the character. They like their mechanics, and they were way fucking off. People like the characters.
Well, that's Spider-Man in it, surprisingly.
So like at the end of the day, like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite just didn't have the money. Like Fortnite's a lot of its success has been its willingness to do some really weird innovations with its gameplay. And it was like, oh, we're going to make this fun battle royale thing for the memes, but our actual game is going to be this horde survival thing that you'll pay for and play, and then Fortnite made fucking monopoly money.
It also
like,
came out
actually,
around all those
fuck that.
when everything else is coming out, like PUBG and
Yeah.
what else came out
Fortnite,
other than
right place, right
PUBG?
time.
PUBG, Fortnite.
Yeah. Everything after Fortnite had what's a fucking battle royale after that, bro.
I'm kind
Shit
of
was
surprised Warzone and Apex did so well after they came out so long after, you know, PUBG and Fortnite were out. Kind of surprised they got as big of an audience as they did.
I know. Well, Warzone was going to get the audience it had anyway.
Yeah,
Because
God.
COD. Apex is the one that really caught me off guard. But I think like Apex's original like concept was appealing because it was at the time where like Apex came out before Fortnite got rid of the having to build part. Because back then you had to build in Fortnite.
Yeah, and you say like COD guaranteed an audience, but Battlefield 5 came out with its Firestorm and nobody played that.
Yeah, but Battlefield doesn't guarantee an audience. It's Battlefield.
Yeah, I mean, you think it's like the second biggest non-exclusive shooter in the market would have
Nah, man.
gained a little bit more of an
Battlefield is
audience.
the number one shooters are. Well, I mean, well, non-exclusive, but the number ones would be like it's mainly Halo and COD who've always been battling. Battlefield's been like in the background. Battle, Battlefield is like the unsuccessful little brother of like the main two shooters.
Yeah,
It's COD and like Halo.
and Battlefield not being very good for the past few years is, I think, why BattleBit Remastered is so big currently. It's because the people who actually like those games have been getting garbage games. And some random indie studio with like 3 developers comes out and makes a better game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like the appeal of like COD and Halo, Battlefield. Like, if you're like a COD gamer and you're like a Halo boy, whatever like genre they appealed for you, Battlefield was like not it. It's like going from like being hyped up on like cocaine, crack, and coffee, and then going,
I
okay,
pension.
this is a bit slower, but it's more tactical, and it like requires a bit more skill. But
Mhm.
I prefer like the Jackrabbit gameplay because it's more addicting. That's like what it really boiled down to in the market. Like if you play, I think most people who play Battlefield were like COD was filled with like teenagers, Halo was filled with teenagers. I think most people who play Battlefield were like adults, or like I think most people
Yeah, I
played
can
like
see that.
Battlefield were adults.
When I was younger, I just didn't like Battlefield, but I kind of enjoy it now, just being able to snipe people from like 1,000 meters away. It's part of the appeal
Yeah,
of it for me.
I think like because looking back at it, it's been so long since I looked at like the demographic study for who bought the games. I remember like 2017, or no 2016, it like showed like more people who bought Battlefield were like in their like 30s and whatnot, compared to like COD's audience of like teenagers. There's just demographic market appeal.
Now, speaking of market appeal, have you seen the PS5 Portal? Do you know what that is?
I do, because
You
Panda
do.
educated me on this like 2 days ago.
Good.
I think it's like a smart decision from
'Cause
Sony.
if we're ready to move on from bad games, we can be like about bad devices.
I think it's actually a solid idea, honestly.
Did you think the Wii U was a good idea?
No,
All right, case closed.
Yeah.
I think this is a good idea because it's doing something that like they're doing something that they can only compete in. This is the only way they can really compete in that kind of market.
Well, you know, it's just for streaming games from your PlayStation in your house. It's not like cloud games
I'm
or
fully
being able to play it. Okay, I just want to make
Honestly,
sure.
so here's my perspective, right?
No.
The main reason Nintendo Switch has sold for what it is because you cannot play legally. You cannot play Nintendo device like games on without Nintendo hardware. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
So
Good
you
exclusives.
have to. Most of them are like Bayonetta was not an exclusive. Now it is. If I wanted to play Bayonetta 3, I'm forced to buy Nintendo's shitty brick. Whether I have a choice or not, those are the rules. If I want to play COD, I'm not dependent on my PS5. I'm not dependent on most games on the PS5. I'm not really tied to the PS5 when it comes to like its market appeal. Most people aren't really tied to its exclusive, so they can't make a Switch-like thing. No one's going to use that. And they also, it would suck if they try to come out with like their version of another PlayStation Portable where you can have cloud save games. Because the question would be, do I buy a PlayStation version of a Steam Deck that would have a limited library of games, or do I buy a Steam Deck?
Yeah.
There's just no logical reason for them to compete in that market. Whereas most people who own a PSP, most people who own a PS Vita, do use the function that this is an improvement upon. If you even scroll down to the comments on this, you'll see there's people who this is designed for those people. This isn't made for like the common everyday person. But this is made for like the people who are willing to spend $200 for an add-on to a console that's like 500.
I think they really should at least allow cloud streaming. It's like the Logitech G Cloud is only $300, and you can stream your Xbox games or whatever else to it.
Yeah, but it's more expensive than this product.
Yeah, well, Switch Lite is $200, and you can play games on the go. You don't need any other hardware to play your games, and you get the exclusives.
But most people, like statistically, most people do not play their games on the go with the Switch. Most people play their games at home on the Switch.
Yeah, but I usually play it on handheld when I'm at home too. I don't even play it on the docs mode.
Most people, when they're playing their game, like their Switch, it's at home. If it's at home, it's usually going to be within the range of this device. Like, I agree, it would be cooler. Don't be wrong, but like from a business standpoint, if you know most people aren't going to use it that way, pumping money into that, not worth. For like what it's tackling, this is a pretty smart product for the market it's going after. Yeah.
I just don't think I can agree. I feel like this needs some sort of more portability aside from inside your house. Otherwise, the only time you're using it is when you're on the toilet or somebody else is using the TV.
Yeah. Which is like one of the appeals to it.
Don't you got games on your phone? Just play games on your phone.
Most people the mobile game market.
Diablo or Diablo 4, whatever.
Dude, the way people look at mobile games, the only mobile games people think are available worth playing, unironically, is Raid Shadow Legends. Legitimately speaking, most people see that as like the mobile phone game.
The only thing I play on my phone is Teamfight. I just play Teamfight with my phone.
People. Oh yeah, but the issue is that I play Teamfight Tactics like ranked most of the time, so I care. It's like it's just so cluttered. The UI. Yeah. It's the UI is so chunky, and my phone is so small, and it makes it so much harder. And I still have the pressure to perform on that I'm putting on myself because I only play ranked, and so that's why I don't play it.
Why do you do?
So I just play Hyper Roll whenever I'm not home. I don't want to rely on sitting there for like 40 minutes and actually having the time to play that.
I just don't play. I just don't play Hyper Roll, I guess.
I mean, Hyper Roll still has ranks. Like, you still can rank up in it. So, kind of scratches the same itch. It's just shorter games. Like, I played a game of Hyper Roll before the podcast.
Yo, problem.
You're welcome.
Yo, I'm gonna block you.
Alright, hello, me and you. Podcast 2 weeks from now. No Panda. You good?
No, I'm down.
Alright, Bo, you can come too.
I think the PlayStation Portal is a solid idea for the market it's trying to appeal to. They just don't have they don't have the pool to produce a Switch type thing due to the exclusives that they have. Like, even if they were to pull God of War as an exclusive, people were I can play that on my Steam Deck.
Yeah, so why would you even?
A lot of it they just don't have that kind of market. It's just not worth them trying to swing into. If they could, they would legitimately, but they just can't. So
I definitely think it needs to be $175 or lower, just so it can say, "Hey, we're cheaper than a Switch Lite," at the very least.
I mean, probably, but the Switch Lite's going to come with things that you're still going to need your terabyte SSD, or your SSD for the Switch Lite. You're still going to need your Joy-Con. You're still going to need, you know what I mean?
Well, Switch Lite doesn't use Joy-Cons; it's all integrated into the console.
No, I'm saying you're still going to need your controller for the Switch Lite. You know what I'm saying? Most people they're going to get the add-ons anyway.
I don't think you need a controller for the Switch Lite. because it's the portable
Most
only
people-
version. It's like
I know most people
you can't even
are
dock
willing
it.
to try to do that.
Oh, I would buy a controller for the Switch. Like
See,
I
there you go.
let it be here. Let it be said right now. I'm that bitch.
Does this
That's
thing
what I'm
even have a
saying, like-
stand on it?
Like my perspective is simply the fact that like when it comes down to what people are willing to spend on these things, they average the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's like saying you can buy a case of water, you can buy a smart water like a Fiji water. You're
This
right.
Switch Lite does
People
not
are
have
gonna
a
get the thing that
stand.
they want.
Why would
Which
you buy
I
a
still
controller
don't
for the
understand.
Lite if it doesn't even have a stand on it?
Because people don't like the way a Switch like feels to play as it is. Most people don't like the way that feels, from what I've seen. Although this is the one thing I don't have like actual stats to prove. I'm going off of experience and talking to people. Most people don't like playing their Switch. If they have the option to like play it with a controller, they'll play it with a controller instead.
I just like the feeling of having a controller in my hand. I've
It's
played.
just more comfortable, yeah.
Yeah, it's a comfort thing.
Because I play with my Switch exclusively in handheld, unless I'm trying to stream it.
Which is like base, but like I don't think. Again, this one I don't have numbers for, but I don't think most people like would enjoy the way the controller feels. Which is why this is interesting. Like the Portal thing's interesting to me because it's like
It's an actual controller.
It's an actual controller. It probably feels better to use, which is why I'm curious about it mainly. I'm curious, like, how does it feel to play on that versus a Switch, or does like the difference not matter? That's really going to like be what it boils down to at the end of the day.
It probably feels better to play on just because it has a full controller built into it. Instead of having to
I assume
be constricted
but,
by the
like,
size of the screen.
my main thing is like you ever like played on like an old school Xbox controller?
Yeah, those are terrible.
Remember when they had like the battery pack in the back? Yeah, I don't know. Like my main concern is like where your hands rest on the back of the tablet. I don't know how that's gonna work out logistically. It probably feels great, but I don't know. That would be like my main apprehension if I were to get something like this. But like yeah.
All right, Hug Bug.
Alright.
Our next topic is all you. Opera GX.
Oh yeah, so you guys don't know anything about VTubers. Opera GX has their own sponsored
Wait.
VTuber. What were we gonna say?
Hold on, wait, yo, Bo.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about this VTuber shit, right?
Well, I do know about the Opera GX one, but she's the only one that I know because I applied when it initially came, when they did the first applications for it. I applied to be one of the Opera GX VTuber, but that's the only
Oh, I
reason that I
see.
know anything about it because I use
Okay.
Opera GX as my primary browser.
So I'm sure you used
Like,
Opera GX
I'm
in
in
the last few
class.
weeks.
Educate me, teacher. What's the deal? Why does this matter?
So the Opera GX VTuber debuted. They had like 70,000 viewers. One of the biggest debuts ever for a streamer. Do you know how they got that many views? No.
Got it.
Sort of, yeah, sort of. So when Opera GX opened the browser, it would have the streamer's stream embedded onto the into the browser. So anybody who had the browser open was contributing a view to the streamer, even though they weren't specifically trying to watch them. I don't know if you ever use like Wiki, the Extra Life Wiki. They do the same thing where they just have their stream embedded into the site, like up at the top left. So anybody who's just on that website or browser is contributing view. They can't really do anything about it.
So, okay, is that against TOS?
No, I don't believe so.
Because I don't think we've ever had like a stunt like that pulled before, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's the first
Twitch
time.
counts it as a viewer if you're logged in or not. Opera GX said they don't count as a viewer if you're not logged in, but that's just not the case. So everybody who had the browser open was contributing to this VTuber's viewers reviews.
So, okay, so my main question, I guess, is like, yeah. Was this hurting the performance of like people trying to use the browser?
Yeah, it's probably using extra data for, because they have to have the
Yeah.
stream up while it's, while you're
Like,
trying to
was
use
the
it.
stream muted or was it like full audio?
I'm actually not entirely sure about that. I imagine
Like,
it
how
probably
sneaky were they
starts.
trying to be?
I imagine it's probably started muted, but if you clicked on it, I imagine it would have the audio going. Personally, I don't use Opera GX. I just have Microsoft Edge.
use Opera One. I don't use GX. I know better.
You don't use the gamer
You use
browser?
Microsoft Edge.
Yeah.
My.
Oh, dude, Market. Okay, okay. Fuck. I can't because I'll rant about this.
Okay. Rant.
Bit your true king.
Go on.
Were you gonna rant?
Okay. Okay. There's like this really interesting thing about like how incredibly powerful word of mouth is versus like actual statistics are.
Mhm.
Like everyone shat on Microsoft Edge for like the longest time, right?
Yeah, of course.
Because like Microsoft Edge gets shat on for being like a bad browser or whatever. Like Microsoft Edge right now is like a better browser, like for like legitimately speaking, than like Chrome or like Firefox. It's like about equal to both of like to like Firefox really, but as far as like getting a browser, what it does for your PC, how it runs, how smooth it is, the integrations for it, fantastic thing. Does its job really fucking well. But because it's like since like middle school, like for us like when we were like in middle school, like Internet Explorer was like the browser used by like your grandma who doesn't know what she's doing on the internet. No one uses like Edge until they're forced to like work a job where Edge is like default on the computer. Like, oh, this is pleasant. But,
Even
like,
then,
most
they should have
people-
Chrome installed as well.
Yeah, they do. But most people don't understand like the value that Edge is because of how shitty like its brand is due to the way that like the internet has treated it for like a decade and a half.
Yeah, that all
It's so
started from
fucking
Internet
wild.
Explorer. It
It's
started way back
so
with Internet
fucking
Explorer.
wild.
So you're saying because brand slander that is just not no one's seeing the full potential of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like it's
pretty
actually
much.
like a solid, good browser right now. But like because for years people have shat on it, people's mind once you're in a box, that's it. You cannot change.
I guess it's based on Chromium, so it's basically just Chrome with a custom skin for the most part.
This box
The
is
cr-
comfy. What's the difference? What's the actual?
Integrations on the app itself, like on the application, and how evasive it is. Like Chrome actually like has gotten better with how much RAM it uses on your PC.
Yeah.
But also most PCs have gotten better with like the RAM that they have running on them.
Yeah, I mean, isn't Opera GX is one of their big points being you can control how much RAM it uses. Like that's the whole advertising point they use because of Chrome's bad rap with RAM usage.
Yeah, with RAM. Yeah. But like transparently, Edge will run more than likely smoother on your PC. It just will.
It's also developed for Windows specifically for the most part. I mean, there's like an Edge mobile app, but Microsoft develops and makes Edge for their, OS.
Yep.
And Bing, which people aren't.
Whenever you use a Windows phone. But yeah, like super simply, like Edge is actually pretty solid, but fuck me, God, people are really really dumb. It's like that's a cute opinion. Your favorite YouTuber give it to you. It's like where people are when it comes to Microsoft Edge.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Like I think if you okay, so this is like the rant I'm trying not to go on. I'm trying to be like quick about this. So forgive me, and I'm choosing my words carefully. If you like Opera GX, odds are all the features you like on Opera GX are available on Opera One, and it runs better on your PC. Just letting you know. But the main reasons you use GX are for GX Corner. If you're not using GX Corner, most people don't use the RAM limiter or the profile thing on it. Most people don't. And you really don't need that on Opera One. So if you run Opera One, just overall better experience, just so we're clear. But just to be polite about it. Opera One
I know
solid,
like nothing
GX
about
no.
it.
It's
I know like nothing about it. I just have GX because of like I like the design.
Advertising.
I'm not sure.
advertising.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess the advertising's good. They have a banger Twitter page.
But you to
They do,
Wendy's too,
yeah.
don't you? Because of Twitter page.
Damn, we're coming at them sideways, bro. Why hug? Why?
There's a Twitter page that one.
They're a guest hug. You're a host. Supposed to be people nice today.
Gotta bully them a
Supposed to
little
be the nice
bit.
one of the podcast.
Sorry,
Speaking of being
offering.
nice, you know what I think would be nice? Getting rid
What's
of
with it?
consoles. We don't need consoles anymore. Fuck them.
You don't need the Xbox. All the exclusives come to PC anyways.
I
Let's
don't.
just build
I
PCs.
I think like the way in like maybe 5. I think like in 10 years probably. I think consoles will just be like upgradable PCs. Like your Sony's PC with its own like parts and components that can be upgraded. That'll last you about like a decade, and then like they'll come out with a newer PC model, and that's probably where we're going to be for gaming.
Do you feel like that would be a bad spot to be though? Or do you have like something that you feel
I
like would be
do.
better?
Okay, so my thing is, I do think when I think about it legitimately, I think that like there's a market for. This sounds so weird. I think the market for consoles does exist as far as the value of consoles because there's nothing like going over to a friend's house, sitting down and playing a game with your buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's really fun. Or like mobile, like what do they call like not mobile consoles? What's the fucking word I'm looking for? But like
Handheld?
mobile, yeah, handheld or mobile gaming devices. I think though there's a market for that. I think that's why we're seeing so much effort being put into that concept. Whether it's a full on, I can take it anywhere, or I can just walk around my house with it. I think that's kind of where people are. I think that market is probably like really untapped. But like as far as consoles are concerned, I really do think most people. I don't think people care as much anymore about like going over their friend's house and playing a video game when they can play the game from the comfort of their house. You know what I mean? But I do think like
Mhm.
I think like the death of local co-op is probably the saddest state video games could be in. Like if that happens, if local co-op just stops like becoming frequent, you know, I think that's like a really sad state for games to be in. So if the new like if the 10 years from now PC things that they're doing, if I'm right about that, it should still be able to do like local co-op like that. That's like important. Yeah.
Maybe because like I'm getting old, or just because I am old. I don't even hear about people just like going to their guy's house and just chilling, playing fucking 2K. I feel like nobody really does that anymore.
That's
Well,
because you can
people
play it
stop
all
because like the
online.
pandemic. Yeah, people like stop because like the pandemic, but like I think it's a novelty that like should stay there. If I like if me and you go over if I go to your house right now, right, and I pull
Yeah.
out my PlayStation controller, right, we play in a fighting game, bro. There is no ifs ands or buts. We fighting. It's either we playing the fighting game, and if you tell me you're not trying to play co-op and I forget the game, then we fight in IRL. Like them's the rules.
I
You're
only
not about
got
to have me.
Minecraft.
You're just not about to have me go into a different room to play a game with a dude I'm right here with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's like that's where we're at with that. That's why like I think if you're doing if because of the way that PlayStation does their systems, like the PlayStation remote play system works for local co-op. So if your friend comes over and he's got the TV and you don't want to have like a shitty split screen experience, you can just hold the little portable
Just
and
like
that'll
the
like
Wii
do the
U.
thing. Yeah, exactly, absolutely. The issue with the Wii U is that it was like it fucked up a lot of the games, but
They also just didn't
um,
advertise it well. People thought the Wii U was an expansion to the Wii. They didn't
yeah.
even know what it was.
But all around though, like that's where I'm at with that. If that makes sense. I think local
Right.
co-op like it's something that like you'll know it when it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I certain games, probably a lot of games, just hit different local code. Like fucking Boulder's Gate would probably be a completely different game if you're just on the couch with your boys playing that shit in person.
To be honest, I'm not a local. Like, all of my gaming experience growing up for all of my life has been sort of online because I live in a pretty small town and I don't have a lot of close friends IRL that play games. So I'm pretty, on this topic, pretty not very knowledgeable. But I think, it sounds like something that was a big part of a lot of people's lives growing up and that it had a big impact, like especially in the Smash community. So seeing how that changes going forward. More
I
and
like
more
games
online.
like just fighting games or shooters in fighting games, like the main ones that are like impacted the most by local co-op.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose fighting games are designed to be multiplayer. It's like shooters, you are splitting a screen. That doesn't feel good for anybody.
Well, true, but there are fighting games that exist that are like 4 player and two
Smash.
guys are on one team sometimes. So like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like there are just some fighting games made to be played at a house, like during a party, stuff like that. That's like my whole thing. I think like
Oh,
this, if
like
we don't
Smash.
even, yeah, like that's a good example. I was thinking of a whole different game, but like yeah, I think like if you lose a part of that, like not that like it's like a requirement for every game. Obviously, more people aren't going to be doing that, but I think the moment it's like, yeah, most games don't support local play, or like this console is only designed to be played by one person. That seems kind of whack to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish if, and this is just like a big if local play was taken away, I really do hope the replacement would be just regularized crossplay.
Yeah,
Just
I think that'd be the answer.
yeah, make that has to be like a regular thing. Cause
Still can't believe Fortnite is the one that made everybody get into crossplay.
yeah,
You know, it
In
fucking
Fortnite old
did though.
games.
He's just spitting.
yeah.
'Cause they
These
randomly
corporations.
they randomly turned it on. And they turned it off because Sony was having a fit.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, like they
They
randomly
had to
turned it
turn
on.
the
People
whole
were trying to
part.
find out like who these accounts that we were playing with, or trying to block them or look them up. And they figured out it was a PlayStation person that they were playing with. And then yeah, PlayStation shut that shit down for a bit because they didn't want to have a crossplay going on.
Yeah.
And eventually that all
Seems
got reintegrated into the game, and here we are.
Yeah, like they opened it up. They advertised it as
What's up,
Switch
Wolfie?
and
How you
Xbox,
doing?
but it was PlayStation was also a part of it, and then it was like, oh,
and these people
Nice,
and
Wolfie.
these
We're
men in
still in the middle doing
suits.
our little podcast.
It's fucking ridiculous. Um,
I still don't. I'm trying to understand like a market. Like it doesn't make any sense, like a business sense, why PlayStation was so adamant about like not doing crossplay when Nintendo was like, yeah, fuck it. Like if Nintendo's down, you need to be on that team
Well,
when it comes to
PlayStation was
crossplay.
in the
Like,
lead that generation, so they probably wanted to keep as much market share as they could. Because there's no reason for them to have allowed it at that time.
well, they were
Because they
already
they
doing
want people
crossplay
to
with
be,
PC.
yeah, but Xbox and Switch like were their main competition. So there's no reason for them to really allow Xbox to crossplay if they're have like 60% of the market, 70% of the market
But they
is
had
in the
60
actual
at the time.
console.
I looked at the number. They had 60 at the time, and while this is like I understand from like that viewpoint, if that's only like a short term, like it's a short term solution to a long term problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was like 6 years ago, 5 years ago.
Like anyone will like looking at it from like a yeah, this is going to be a thing that's going to expand greater. You if you're looking at it in the sense of like you're going to produce the PlayStation 5, you're working on the PlayStation 5, and you haven't released it yet, and Switch and Xbox are doing crossplay, they're not going to buy your solo dolo machine if they can't play with their friends, especially if their friends have the other machines that they can play with.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they just like if they were only going to do the PlayStation 4 forever, that would make sense. But they were in development of the PlayStation 5 at the time. Like, why would you? You know what I mean? Like that's the part of it that doesn't make sense to me specifically.
Yeah.
that's a lot of number talk.
The number 5 and 60%, bro. A lot of
Yeah,
numbers for you.
That's too many numbers.
You can't handle numbers like that, bro. Three
What
numbers.
I can calculate though is the amount of VTubers that have graduated this year, and it's a kind of crazy amount. We have got a lot of good ones taken away from us,
Kind of big, some
and
big ones.
I feel like the reason is it's all the same. It all just comes down to the corporation. I don't. So I've been trying to think about what are the pros and cons of being a corpo slave, and I can't. The pros do not. They don't beat out the cons. If I'm very real with you, it just seems like no fun at all. Like it's you have a very high chance of being you making it big, being a popular VTuber or whatever. But again, there's so much shit you have to go through. It just doesn't. There's so many restrictions you have to go through. So
But
many
it's like a
fucking
job,
restrictions.
right?
Yeah, you can start your
Yeah.
own business or start your own job. You just go get hired somewhere.
I don't
Yeah,
know. Getting signed to one of these corps is sort of like it's not a guarantee, but it's like for 99% of VTubers, it's like you're never going to make it big, right? But if you want to increase your chances like exponentially, these companies can publish and do all your advertising, they do all your editing, they give you like actual money to start off with as well. And some of them give a wage, which is like a lot more than basically every other VTuber on the platform because it's much harder nowadays with the oversaturation to sort of make it big or create your own platform, I guess.
They give you a PC too, right? They give you your
Yeah.
model, your
Do they?
PC, a
yeah.
wage.
What?
Yeah,
It's
they'll give you your
thousands and
model,
thousands of dollars of shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a big
your
investment.
model.
Like they're expecting you to be
Yeah,
big and get that money back to them eventually, just from
Okay, whoa.
and
like
from your
what you're
launch,
making.
your debut. Like, aren't you guaranteed? Like, at least from your debut, you're at least getting like a 200 like viewers, like minimum.
We're 100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, even
like
a few thousand for some of the bigger companies.
Holy
yeah.
shit! I didn't know they gave you all.
And
The
then if your personality is good enough and you graduate, right? Like
Yeah, you
you
can't
still
graduate or
you yeah, but you still keep your like if your personality is big enough, you can recoup that audience because people are like, oh, it's you. We know you.
And you still make a lot of money even if the company is taking a small cut if you are popular. And the result of that popularity is mostly, due to the company's advertising and the power that it has. I mean, so it's definitely a big decision for a lot of people to make, but for like people who want to get into VTubing that aren't pre-established or have found it really hard to start a platform, these companies definitely like the risk seems to definitely out be not nearly as much of an issue compared to all of the benefits that
Yeah,
it can bring for
the reward
people.
outweighs the risk. Yeah, absolutely.
you know these
Yeah,
companies only have
because
nice
it's
hollow
like
lives, they only have a few duds like Sana. She wasn't that big and she had to quit because of health issues, but I imagine they still made their money back on all the money, stuff they made for her.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not that big of a risk for these bigger companies. Like in a whole life, you're gonna be streaming with them for a while. You're already gonna be big just because of the name or brand recognition.
I think
yeah,
the bigger risk from what you're saying would be like Western VTube orgs. I think those would be probably the bigger risk because like maybe I'm like goofy or the side of the internet like my internet bubble is like weebs who annoy the fuck out of me.
right.
But I only see like no the only orgs I see that's like it's detrimental to be a part of are like the Western like VTubing orgs.
Any
Not really like the Eastern ones.
any sort of indie or smaller organization I could see being a detriment, definitely. Like I forget which one it was recently. They doxed their streamers because they all left.
That was Walker.
But if you've walked her,
Jesus
yeah, that was
Christ.
walked her.
Yeah, they're
Oh
getting sued for that.
fuck. Hold on, wait.
They're in the process for getting sued for that.
Bo,
yeah,
you're outside of this VTuber shit, yeah? At least a little bit outside of it, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
Can
I am a
you
VTuber.
can you name 3 Western orgs?
What are Western or like companies?
Yeah, like VTubing companies, like
Um,
organizations.
Guessing not including
Hololive has an
Hololive.
English department, right? Oh,
Yeah, they have Hololive, but they're primarily Japanese. Who
um,
started
That's
Japanese.
no.
that is
See,
that
I
doesn't
think
count. That's
I
not
think I know
Western.
some of them. because I've applied for a couple and I know people that have applied for some of them. Idol is one. I think, or are they also Japanese?
Not
Let me
sure.
look.
That one I'm
Project-
ignorant on.
Project Idol? I think you're talking about Project Idol. Let me double check.
Project Idol, yeah. They're English, I think.
Mm.
I don't
Mm.
recognize any of their talent though.
Idolcompany.com. Oh, they have Penrose on here. I think they're English. Are they?
Yeah.
In
They're
English?
an English, but that's the only one that I know. They're English and Spanish.
Okay.
Project B Idol.
So I mean, just know over in Penrose from Idol. It's like the only one of
Right.
that I see here that I recognize.
All right. That's one. Can we get two more? Let's go.
No. You cannot get two more.
V Shoujo would be
I do
one.
not. I'm
Is
unaware.
Vishojo's still a thing?
Yeah, V
That's
Shoujo's
a
still
thing.
one of the bigger
Yeah,
ones aside from
Vishojo's
Hololive.
still
Didn't like
It-
most of their talent leave?
No,
The
just
bigger names?
Neaners and
Yeah.
Silvervale, pretty much.
Wait,
two of their biggest
didn't Iron?
income.
Iron didn't leave?
Isn't
No,
I think
Iron
Iron
Man
Mouse
left.
because they just had their concert. Iron Mouse was a part of it, so she should still be there.
Is
Yeah, no,
Fruit
she-
still a part of
Vay
it?
part of that?
I think she's still part of it for now. Fruit.
Wait, who did you say about? Yeah, Fruit's still
Wasn't
there.
Vay?
Oh, yeah, she left too.
Vay left.
I completely forgot about her.
I know Vay.
That's awesome.
That's only because of soda popping.
See what we got now. We got
His
Fruit.
girlfriend is
Or we
Vay
got
Vay. That's the
Melody.
only reason that I know, because I know soda popping.
I think they have two older Hololive talents as a part of Shoujo currently. Mainly being Kason and the Rushia.
Yeah.
Over, I forget who. Yeah.
Nezumi? I think it's either Nezumi or Nezuma.
They have Pikami too now as a Henya.
Yep.
How old are a lot of popular VTubers? Do you guys know?
No clue.
I think we keep that information very private.
Yeah, you.
Or,
you
are
could-
you asking how old is the account, the brand itself? Is that what you're saying?
No, like Iron Mouse and stuff. Like, are they like a lot of the popular one? Like, what sort of age range are they in? I guess.
I know they market their
Good
age range
question.
in the 20s. Like they market themselves as in their 20s, but I don't know
I guess Kason is 30. What I'm seeing here.
Yeah, she will put it out there because she's pretty open about all.
Yeah, but most people really are tight-lipped about their
'Cause
privacy.
I'm not sure how many
But,
other ones really have a IRL presence aside from Kason.
Yeah, I'm sure they've been.
Because
doxxed
Kason does
some.
IRL streams as well.
I'm sure there've been there's their docs out there, but I don't think they're public with that information at all. Except fuck, what's his name? Garnt's wife.
Sydney?
Sid
Sydney.
Snap. I don't know her. I don't know her VTuber name. I know she just is the. I think they're I know she's in her 20s. Yeah.
But she's not primarily a VTuber either.
I didn't even know she was.
She's an IRL content creator.
Oh, absolutely, but yeah, I can only assume
Says that
it's
Iron Mouse is
marketed.
26. The internet.
Hopefully, she willingly gave that information.
Yeah, hopefully. Is it Vaughn's English as well? What Pikami used to be part of? Or are they Japanese initially? It's not Pikami speaks English and Japanese. I think Vom's is a Japanese company, isn't it?
Let me check. Let me twerk.
I'm not entirely sure. Let's see, Vom's Project is a Japanese VTuber agency run by Vocaloid music producer and artist Giyori. Yeah, it's a Japanese company. Not really sure what other English companies there would be. Vshoujo, whatever, Idol. Walker?
I just don't
English?
know. I just don't know what the contracts look like for the western front of things. I know what the eastern contracts look like due to them being leaked. I know what's provided, but I don't know because I believe Clappy Mori, from what I've seen a couple times, has expressed the benefits of being with Hololive and what she got starting out when she debuted. And, Gora mentioned it a few times too.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, because Callie is also still doing her other channel. Like, she does, like, concerts and stuff and makes music under her other alias.
Well, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, right? I think like doesn't Vishodo does Vishodo have any talent that like they um promote
Like
themselves where it's
created.
like yeah, like where it's like naturally grown themselves versus talent that like was already pretty popular and then they like joined
Um,
Vishodo.
I think they just acquire talent for the most part.
Yeah, I
Just
can't.
like Rashia and Pigme, they all become Kimihenia and Nazuna. They already had an audience. The only
Yeah, they
person I'm not
already
sure
have
about
an
is
audience.
Hime.
Haruka also
Well,
already had an
Who
well,
this
audience.
person
that's
is.
Sydney. That's what we're talking about. That's Garn's wife, the IRL streamer,
Is
an
Haruka?
IRL content creator.
We're
I
talking about
don't know.
Melody. I'm pretty sure Vishojo just acquires talent once they're bigger and gets them a contract.
Yeah, I feel like I think that's interesting because I don't know about any Western orgs because I'm not really in the space, but the names I hear frequently due to them being in fucking controversy when it comes like the Western end of things, like we showed to people. I rarely hear about anyone from like any other orgs really.
It's a whole list on
Everybody else seems to have like their
Wiki.
heads down when they get into things like that. Oh, that one like lolly model that was like transphobic for some fucking reason. That made its way
Oh,
on
Huh?
like a Twitter page. There was okay. Without getting like too deep into it, during like the whole Hogwarts thing, there was one very rude, very fucked VTuber who had a lolly model who was like just bragging about being transphobic.
I didn't
Um,
hear about this.
that gave her a pretty decent boom because people like in America who are like extremely right winged and anti like trans people basically were like we're with that one and it's like you guys are weird. You guys are real weird.
Speaking of that, I know like Fruit sent out a tweet being like, just one. I think it was Pygmy was getting like bullied over it. It's like you make your own decisions. Was basically the tweet. And
Yeah,
for people
I
bullying her or bullying one of the other talents. I forgot if it was for Pygmy or if it's for Silvervale or something.
it's both.
It was for both.
Dude, the only thing I know about Fruit is Fruit cheating on her husband while he was off at fucking war. That shit's funny as shit to me.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So like, there's like an active thing, to my knowledge, allegedly, because I'm being careful.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, Vishojo and attempted to help silence information, and allegedly, um, according to the individuals involved, the male persons involved, right, the masculine person involved, if what they say is true and the screenshots that they provided and the evidence they provided, which does look to be real and has been confirmed by Fruit, most people are like it isn't. If it is to be true, Fruit was confirmed cheating on their husband with like with people on Discord and
Jesus
whatnot.
fucking Christ.
Multiple people. And that was the whole thing that Fruit got into that controversy. And there are people like white knighting Fruit, being like, Fruit's never done anything wrong. And it's really funny. Or like also Fruit had a business with their significant other where she went out of her way. Like it's a whole thing. There's a whole like drama with it. I'm not going to get too much into it. But allegedly though, there's a lot of evidence. Allegedly, Fruit cheated on her husband with multiple people.
Jeez.
That's the
I
only
had no idea
like
about
the
this.
only VTuber information I get about is like shit like that. Everything else is out of my purview. But like when it's like, oh yeah, this VTuber like is grooming minors, I'm like, yeah, okay, that gets into like my purview. But they're like usually like no names.
Nut.
What?
Oh, that was not.
Oh, you're
Reading
true.
chat during a
You're getting
podcast.
chat.
Nah.
This is the worst
Excellent.
time to say nut.
Wait, hold on, wait. So no one knew? Like no one
Yeah.
here knew about that?
I didn't
No,
know about
not
that.
really.
I knew she was a
I didn't
shitty
hear about
person.
that.
allegedly shitty person.
Alleged.
Allegedly.
We have to be careful. We have to be careful. Yeah.
That's how you save yourself, allegedly.
Fruit is a scumbag.
Yeah. That shit's it's pretty interesting. Pretty interessante.
She was my favorite one too.
That's the
I
only
gave
thing
it
I ever
one.
like get as far as like information about that shit. So like if it's not
Community.
yeah, like if it doesn't leave the VTuber community because it's so insane, I don't know it mainly.
I'm in the like offline TV, Ludwig Mogul moves sort of area of the internet.
I'm pretty sure Ludwig talked about Rishia or Nuzzin' alternate account a couple days ago or a few weeks ago.
Bro, what was
Mogul
it?
Mail.
Yeah, basically she was supposed to be on a team with a couple of dudes playing on an Apex tournament, and her fans didn't like that. They don't like her playing with men.
It's that shit.
Yeah,
That shit
yeah.
is so weird.
Yes, the incels coming out at night. I can smell the bathroom from here.
That shit is, bro. I can't even imagine what my inbox will look like if that shit happened to me.
This is pretty recent too. It's in the last few weeks.
You stay away from my Oshi. We can't have people like you around here.
God, dude.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
that
this
looks
is
bad.
this is 1 year ago actually. I thought it was he was talking about the most recent instance of
still
this.
You don't get your parasocial ass out of my face.
Yeah, I think that's
Also,
like
the
weird.
streaming awards just happened.
I guess Gura was given an
Yeah.
award. Probably doesn't even know it
Going on
happened.
right now. Well, see, I'm immediately not like super into it because apparently Megan Trainor won the Rolling Stone Sound of the Year, and since when did she do anything this year of any impact?
Who the fuck is
And that
Megan?
was Trainor.
That's the point.
All about that bass, bitch.
Oh, her.
The bitch that made that all about that bass song? I don't even know the bitch. Who hosted the stream? No,
The-
I don't care.
Wait, no, we should go through the
Yeah.
2023 Streamer of the Year is Kaisenat. According to
That's
Streamies,
fair.
of course.
Matt
Streamies
Cat
are
hosted
according
it.
to Streamies.
Bass.
It was Matt that hosted.
The Variety Streamer Award is to iShow Speed, who's it's crazy because he got his dick out recently.
Wait,
Yeah.
okay. Before you continue, did anyone else here also see when he restreamed the game after that, or no?
No, I didn't.
No,
see
I just
that.
saw his dick.
I don't watch it.
Okay, I need you to know there is a clip. I'm going to link it in the Discord for you to see later. I need you to know there is a clip where he gets to that exact moment again. He starts to give the same reaction, stops, and has a fucking panic attack. He gave himself PTSD. It's I shit you not, it's a real thing. I gotta share it with you. You gotta see it.
That is funny.
It's hilarious.
The Variety Streamer Award went to someone I've never heard of, Queen Zelina and Austin Creed. I'm unsure who those people are. The the Gamer Award went to Dream, which is they I'm questioning so many of these, but I mean I'm pretty sure these are voted on, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Although I think
Is even
like,
more
Kai
questionable.
Cenat's probably not voted. I think that's just
No, I
probably
hate it.
a numbers game.
Yeah.
I don't know who any of these people are. Like
Really?
in these other categories. I know who Marquez Brownlee is for technology, but for everything else, I
The
don't know
new
him.
Hassan Arbi won a news one, which is a little bit strange.
Is that?
Hassan?
Creator Product Prime. Creator of the Year went to Mr. Beast.
That's fair.
What?
That makes sense.
Yeah, he cured 1,000 people if they're buying this.
True.
That makes sense. I'm confused like about the
Delacura was the winner for the VTuber one.
The
Oh, Fillion was up there along
commentary
with
channel of the
Gora and
year
Iron
went to
Mouse.
Charlie.
I'm surprised
Ken's got
Fillion
the
was the other nominee.
Gargura. Gargura is the
Gargura?
VTuber that one.
It's the HoloLive one.
Was the yeah. That's who won the streaming awards for the VTuber of the year.
I'm just more surprised Fillion was one of the contenders for that. You think Gura even knows she won that? I don't think they had anything to do with it.
I probably get like hella tweets about it. She's probably
Yeah.
aware.
I feel like this should be called the Content Creation Awards.
Yeah, because like half these categories are for YouTube,
It's
not
not
for streaming.
I
Yeah,
agree that that'd probably be a more accurate name, but like it just doesn't roll off the tongues like the streamings.
I guess you're streaming the content to
you
your
on the just
device.
chatting.
I'll roll off your tongue.
Also, I need you to look in voice context. I know we're in the middle of I need everyone to watch that. I need that to make its way into the podcast so desperately.
Bye bye, Russia.
Oh wait, fuck, that's not the right video. I'm high. Damn it. Hold on. Why is that the Bye Bye Russia video? Why didn't it copy the other one? Motherfucker.
Ah, yes. Show speed blowing up the earth.
It copied the iRush, like Bye Bye Russia, not the fucking PTSD. I gotta go fucking grab it again. Damn it. There it is. Alright.
Alright, let's just put
Okay.
podcast on hold first for you to get this video.
Here you go. I just need you to see this shit. There you
Oh,
go.
Kira.
And there's no dickage.
Not this time.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
The screaming. My ears.
Damn, bro.
I had to turn this down all the way.
He like legit had like a panic attack, bro.
No, he actually is.
I don't know. He acts like that all the time, I think.
It's the end of it for me, where you can tell he actually is like fucked up. Like him screaming whatever. It's the grabbing pills, barely able to like catch his breathing and walking away with a water bottle. Man's got trauma.
Oh, I don't know about
God
you.
damn.
It's been about 2 hours. If you
That is
want to call it
right.
there.
From showing your dick to PTSD. That's right, baby. That's content.
I have never was into. I wonder if it's a character that he plays or if it's an illness at this point.
That is a very interesting way of thinking to like come out the cut with.
Is that? Is I? I'm just being honest, bro. I can't tell. Because
So
I mean,
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure the two lane. There's only two possibilities with you, yeah. Homie is either mentally ill or playing a character. That's what I'm
Oh,
talking
so
about.
dude?
Yeah.
That just can't be how people are.
We're about to end here, good guy.
What do
Probably
you
just about to
mean?
end.
I'm just trying to understand your logic, is all, man.
I mean, people don't act like that normally. Like screaming. Okay, putting this video aside.
Not wearing underwear.
That's normal.
That's normal.
I know people who do
Nope,
that.
thank
I
you
know
for
people
that,
who
dude.
don't wear it.
That's
I
normal.
do
People
not,
who
but-
Can
people
talk
who
about Brawl
scream,
Stars, like
that's
friends.
normal.
I haven't
This is
done
like
nothing
behavior
about
that
it,
is normal.
honestly.
There's also behavior that would be
So
way
I
wilder
didn't say
and more
anything.
reinforced
Look, everybody else
if
here
you don't
knows
have to
anything about
follow
it.
or deal with social norms due to having a lot of money.
Unfortunately, so I
Especially
don't
if you
think we
got a
have
lot of
anything
money
to
when you're like
really say about it.
17. At age 17, you could buy your mom a house.
So you're saying his
That's
behavior is normal?
yeah. I don't think that's a regular behavior. No, I think that's behavior of somebody who doesn't have to engage with society. Yeah.
No. Okay.
Most people who have like intrusive thoughts
Uh-huh.
recognize that, yeah, that's an intrusive thought. I won't act upon it. If there's almost no repercussion for you to act on an intrusive thought, you'll just do it. There's not a repercussion for you not to. if it's positively reinforced, yeah.
Oh.
He can be cranking up his personality to a higher degree, absolutely. But like
Mhm.
that, there has to be something there to crank up. Is what I'm getting at. In the perspective of like that has to be mentally ill. That's interesting to me. People be
Huh.
people, bro.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's been about 2 hours. I'm probably gonna have to head out here in a minute.
That's fair. That is fair. You all have lives.
Yeah, we all had 2 hours.
Uh,
We always got 2 weeks from
we
now.
have lives.
What time is
I
it
plan
for
on
you, by the
screaming
way,
after
Bo?
this.
What time is it for
It's
you, Bo?
3:11 p.m. in the
Oh,
afternoon.
not that bad.
It's so I've been so distracted this entire stream with Bo talking. Just
That
the
over
little
here. I
thing
gotta go
dancing
get ready
on
for
my
work
thigh.
tomorrow.
Out working, bro. Come on.
They got it. They got it. You got me.
Thank you all for coming out to the NTR podcast and that's what the fuck that means. We
Well,
appreciate your company.
See you
We'll
again
see
in
you
about
guys
2
next time.
weeks.
Where can you
Yeah.
find Hugbug?
On
People
twitch.tv
wanna
slash
know.
fearthehugbug, or youtube.com slash fearthehugbug, or twitter.com slash fearthehugbug.
Where can you find Bo?
Go upstairs to your parents' room in bed with your mother.
Where
Voices.
can you find Panda after the stream? Where would you look for Panda's content?
I'm right here. Going nowhere.
In your room.
That was my 13th reason why. Everyone have a good night.
What, girl?